Ready for the next level of our essential oil masterclass? My name is Rebecca, and I'm so thrilled to be offering you this continuing education where you can learn more remedies to help you with pain of all kinds in your life, specifically joint pain. In this class, we'll focus more on. This class fits into the orange category of our continuing education, so you can mark that off and get closer to graduation. Everyone that's watching live can see. Perfect. Dun, 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 dun. There we go. Right on. So we're going to start with vitamins, and then we're going to move to oils. So the top, like the very topmost vitamin that you can do for joint health has to do with this trio pack that's right here on the page. Dun, 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 dun. Instead of saying, oh, go get this vitamin and this one and this one and this one, this is all three of these vitamins have all of your nutrients and vitamins and minerals. It has all of your omega-3s in the right ratio that's important for anti-inflammatory levels. And it's also got an anti-inflammatory herb supplement in there already. So it's got frankincense and cumin, and sorry, when I said cumin, I meant curcumin, which is turmeric, right? It's been an awesome day. Totally. It can be. So it comes in 3 bottles like this. And this is a 1-month supply if you take a full dose. And if you experience low energy levels and high levels of pain, I really recommend you take that. And you start there, and then you add whatever specific oils you still need, because this is a foundation. Like if you have an elbow that hurts all the time, and you never get enough water or you never get enough sleep, your elbow's still going to hurt, right? Right. If you don't have a good balance of omega-3s and omega-6s, and that creates inflammation in your body, or stress is creating inflammation in your body, that elbow's still going to hurt. So we got to start with the foundations, and that is going to be making sure you get everything you need out of your diet. So if your diet isn't the best, that's where I would start. Does that make sense to everyone? Mm-hmm. Down here at the bottom of the page just kind of talks about what this vitamin pack will do for chronic pain, emotional pain, and occasional pain. It's going to help provide antioxidant relief. It's going to help give your joints all of those vitamins and minerals that they need. It's going to support the healthy function of your joints. And then on the emotional pain, mental clarity, positive brain function, a wide range of omega-3s, like I've said. It protects against oxidation, which is how our bodies slowly age. On the bottom, on occasional pain, it provides powerful foundational support of vital minerals and vitamins to keep your body performing at peak performance. And when I say peak, what I mean is, I like to run. And every time I have a baby, I have to stop running. Because funny thing, this whole bouncing thing in front is not the most comfortable to run, right? So I always start back into running as though I'd never run before after having a baby. And the baby that I had this vitamin set on board, I didn't have to go through the 2 weeks of starting and stopping and knee pain and shin pain and just joint pain, because I was taking something that supported all of the things that my knees and my legs needed to run. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Not that everyone runs, but we all do stuff. You run, huh? Yeah. You've been singled out as a runner for shame. So that's what I wanted to say on the foundational vitamins. You guys can flip the page over because the rest of the class is kind of more fun.
But I do have to say, I have been taking those vitamins for over a year, and they are the best, hands down. I feel so much better.
Aren't they?
And I can tell
Agreed.
when I don't take them. And I also do not take the recommended dosage.
Like a half dose?
I take a half dose.
I took a half too, and I feel amazing.
So I just take the half a dosage 1 time a day with 1 meal. And I am set to go. I mean, I work hard. I have long days. Those things are wonderful. They really are.
I have to agree. And doTERRA gives you a money-back guarantee for them. So if anyone is like curious, but maybe $75 is like a lot. It's all of your vitamins. You really don't need to take other things unless you have specific issues like that we need to troubleshoot on top of that. So it's all of the vitamins you really need. And if you take half a dose, it'll last for 2 months. And doTERRA will give you a money back guarantee that if you took it and you don't have more energy and less pain, they'll actually refund you the $75.
And actually, when I signed up with you, one of my freebies was a pack of these things.
That's
Is
right.
that still doing? Are you still having those kind of?
There's a new thing every month.
Oh, okay.
This month, if you start with a kit, that's $150, so it's a commitment up front. You get $50 free back. So you can pick what you want.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's well worth the money. I will.
That's okay. That's okay. Speaking of being a horrible pill taker, at the top of this page is, I don't really need to tell you guys this. I feel like it's kind of preaching to the choir. It's the dangers of taking pain pills. So my dad is a pharmacist, and he's the first one to tell me that everything in my pharmacy, even prenatal supplements, have registered side effects. So sometimes the side effects are worth the treatment that we're getting. So I'm not saying, oh my gosh, be afraid of side effects. What I'm saying is usually we're not aware of what the side effects are before we start taking them, and then we develop them, and then we're like, what the heck? I'm just saying, know the side effects ahead of time. So here's an interesting tidbit. Idaho, since yesterday, has had up until yesterday, has had 92 corona deaths recorded, which is sad. We're in a crisis, right? Last year we had 392 prescription medication deaths.
Which is not a huge crisis.
We don't wear masks for that, do we?
No.
Maybe we should.
Yeah.
Should wear like on our arm, a mask on our arm.
Yeah.
Maybe we should. It is a big deal, but we don't talk about it often enough. I think. That's my opinion. Anyways, we have this idea that they're safe because they come from a medical professional. But we should be more aware of the side effects so that we know our options. For me personally, when my husband was burned in an explosion, he went through skin grafts, which is incredibly painful, and I was really grateful for pain medications through that time because there's no way we would have made it without them. But in 6 weeks, he took like 200 something pills in 6 weeks, and I know he was addicted, and it took us 6 months of roller coaster to get off. Not to mention his digestive system did shut down, like this says at the bottom, and he couldn't sleep either, which is another common side effect of pain meds. So we were doing oils up his back every night for 2 weeks to get him into a sleep pattern, which worked, by the way, and I can tell you guys more about that if you need sleep help. But the oils and the stuff that I want to talk to you about that help with pain, like things that you can do to try to manage symptoms more naturally. Let's jump into that. Right. Okay, so number one oil that we should always start by talking about, and that's deep blue when we're talking about pain, right guys? So deep blue is a blend of anti-inflammatory oils. So we're not just putting on something that's going to cover up the pain. It will feel soothing, like it'll feel good right away. But it's going to actually get deeper into the joint and help with the inflammation problem at the source, at the root. So go ahead and pass that around, Molly. And you guys are welcome to take a few drops and rub it wherever you hurt. Maybe it's your shoulder today, maybe it's your lower back today. I just got off of the mountain and off of the lake, and so my thighs are like, bathe me in deep blue. Jeez. Actually, after a hard workout, I don't go for the hard oils. I say hard oils.
Hard
Strong
stuff.
oils.
The hard stuff.
I go for the relieving oils like lemongrass and lavender. Those are the two best, my favorite recovery oils. So after a hard run, after a strong workout, after just lots of weed pulling in my garden, I got lavender and lemongrass all over my achy muscles. Did you want to put some on, Nikki?
No, I'm okay right now.
Okay.
Thank you.
I love basil for my achy
Okay.
muscles.
Basil's good too.
Basil just like, for some reason it just melts my body.
That just might be your oil.
I know.
That's my first dog
Basil.
Basil.
Aww.
Okay, because you said basil, the next oil I'll pass around is Aroma Touch. So Aroma Touch is a blend with basil in it and cypress. It's called Aroma Touch. It's not on your sheet.
Okay, I was looking for
Thank
it.
you, Mary. Oh, Mary,
look at
is
you.
that a bee shade? Mary always has her oils on her, so I'll pass this around so you guys can smell it.
For you. Thank you, Mary.
Often it's just your muscles ache or your legs feel lousy or whatever, and you don't need like hardcore muscle pain relief. Just a little bit of something. Aroma Touch is a great go-to. So it's got
That's a unique smell.
basil is strong in there,
Yeah, it is.
and then you've got cypress and peppermint, which will give you that cold tingly feeling, and grapefruit. And there's a couple others, but those are the top ones. Where was I? Aroma Touch on the lower legs. So often with lower legs, especially when you get like folks like grandma that are really not mobile much anymore, like when we start getting to the point where we're just around our house and that's our activity, or even like when we've been sick and we're not, you know, aged, we're just laid up for a while. Our legs can really bother us. And it's that, I can explain what it feels like as a massage therapist. The muscle feels really blocky. So using this Aroma Touch can just help to flush the muscles so they feel soothed and relaxed, and circulation, people's toes will get pink again. It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Restless legs.
Oh, Mary just asked me about restless legs. So were you saying you use Aroma Touch for that?
No, that's what I say is that because I use cypress.
Okay.
With the cypress, so.
So restless legs is usually a nerve issue, right? So we're going to use oils that have nerve tonic oils in them. When I said oils, I meant a blend that has nerve tonic oils, like peppermint is one, frankincense is one. So chamomile is another one. So you could use Aroma Touch, or you could use Serenity. Those are the most common, the top two I recommend for restless legs. And if you were to look them up in a book, that's what they would say.
Okay.
And you messaged me about the book, and I'm sorry, I forgot it.
No worries.
I was gonna go home and take a shower, and then didn't get to
But
that.
no, you had more important things to do, like put a tire on.
Like for the tire, I was teaching my 13-year-old son to crinkle
And that's an
wrench.
important thing to do. And
Yeah.
you need to know that, so. No
You're
worries.
totally right. All right, what am I missing next? Oh, Deep Blue comes two other ways. And like Kathy was saying, one of the best is a supplement. And I wish that I had it with me. It's in a blue bottle this size, and it has powerful anti-inflammatories in it. Like, okay, here's my Deep Blue story. I shouldn't tell you too many stories because I get so sidetracked, but this is a good one. So when I had two very little babies at the same time, I was hefting them both up the stairs like this. And one of them I hefted too high to like get over the baby fence, and my shoulder got an injury, and it hurt so bad the next day it was frozen. I couldn't lift it, and I was so scared. You know what that's like, right? So I'm like, oh no, I tore something. I'm gonna have to have surgery. So I went into the hospital to see what we needed to do, and they're like, it's just inflammation. So they're like, it's just a frozen shoulder. Go home and rest it and ice it and elevate it, blah, 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 and take ibuprofen. And there must be something on my file that says I'm a hippie, because the nurse looked at me and with like this, are you listening? And she was like, I know you like natural things, but if you don't take ibuprofen every 6 hours, you're not going to reduce the inflammation enough. You're going to always have problems in the shoulder. You have to drive the inflammation down for the next 10 days, and then you'll be able to heal. So I was like, okay. And I went home, and I was totally popping until my stomach hurt, and I couldn't do it anymore. And some people can, but I can't for some reason. So enough of the ibuprofen, and this is what I did instead. And when I say this, I mean Deep Blue, not this one. Sorry that I have the wrong bottle. Anyways, it's got powderized frankincense, powderized turmeric. It's got ginger and other things that are really anti-inflammatory. So, and on the bottle it says to only take 2 a day, and I took 4 a day. because I was like, I'm totally okay overdosing on herbs, not on something that's gonna corrode my stomach. So that's what I did, and the next day I was fine. So for 10 days, I did that instead. And I have to admit, it costs more than a bottle of ibuprofen, like one of those little bottles is probably all I would have gone through, and it costs more than that. In fact, it's $1 a pill. So I'm not going to say that it's cheap. You were saying, yeah, some of them are expensive.
But it's natural.
It is.
That's the thing. You know what you're getting instead of something coming from a test tube.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's more expensive because you're gonna have to go buy another bottle of Advil and ibuprofen.
Yeah.
Because it won't work. Because you keep buying more.
And
You buy
because-
one of those, and you get through it, and you're better. But I don't know how many bottles of ibuprofen I've been through.
and still be chronically
And it's still
inflamed.
chronic, like it's stuck all the time.
Right. So Molly said, in case you didn't hear her, Molly said, you could buy one bottle of the other, but it's not going to be your only bottle. You're going to buy more because it's not going to fix the problem. It's just going to cover it up for a while, right? So all they do is mess with your brain to tell your brain you're not hurting.
Right.
Doesn't fix the problem. Anyway, so this fixed the problem for me. If you get it with the vitamin pack, then it's only $20 instead of 60. So then it's 30 cents a pill. So it's a big break. So it's totally worth it.
And that's better to do the internal than the lotion.
So the lotion, people ask me this question all the time, especially people that deal with chronic pain. So there's a deep blue cream and a deep blue oil and a deep blue supplement, and they ask me, what do I take? So I always say, if it's for soft tissues, then use the cream, because it's going to do targeted action right here on that muscle, or a tendon maybe even. If it's in the joint, like some kind of arthritis, or some kind of like a tendon that pops out, or any kind of inflammation, any kind of wearing out on the joint, use the oil. And if it's a long-term problem, use the supplement. The oil will go deeper, and the supplement will treat inflammation in your whole body, not just on the spot. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Then you actually have the potential to heal. Like you were saying, one bottle of the deep blue supplement, and my inflammation levels went down over my whole body, and I was able to heal.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing.
It's pretty cool. They're also what my husband used to get off of his medications after he was done being burned. That didn't sound very good. When he was ready to get off of his pain medications, DoTerra had just come out with that, and we had gone to a leadership retreat where they launched it, and he took one and he was like, I can't believe how much better I feel. And I was like, I can't believe how much less grumpy you are. Oh, maybe we'll stay married after all. Okay, that was said in jest, but that was really serious. Okay, focus, next thing. Okay, turmeric supplements are on here too. Turmeric and copaiba. Turmeric and copaiba are oils that doTERRA just recently started carrying within the last couple of years. And some people find that one works the best, and some people find the other works the best. So I would just...
And if you can't decide, you take one of each.
Exactly. Here's the cool new thing doTERRA is doing along those lines, Mary. So doTERRA is wanting more natural remedies to be used in a medical setting, which I think is the ideal situation. Like both worlds coming together with what works from both, right? The problem with that is with anything that's natural, there's no like set dosage. So like if a physician prescribes you any pharmaceutical, they can say for your height and your age and your weight, we should prescribe you this much. There's nothing like that in our world. So if someone wants to start taking like CBD oil or copaiba or turmeric, how much do they take compared to their friend who took this much and it helped, and their friend that was like, I took this much, it didn't work, and every brand has a different set amount, so it's hard to know. And so there's like this trial and error process with all things natural, right? So doTERRA is trying to remove some of that by figuring out set dosages. And part of the way they do that is by determining half-lives. Like how long does it stay in your body? And they found that some half-lives, like with lavender, it's like 2 hours and it's out of your system. With oils like turmeric and copaiba, they're heavier oils and their components just don't flash right out. So they're more like a 12-hour model. So you can take them twice a day, in other words, and have pain relief. Does that make sense to everyone?
Copaiba.
Thank you for asking. I would pass it around, but it's in my other case. I'm so sorry.
I've got some
Only brought one.
you can smell.
Okay, it's very similar to cedarwood, and I'll pass that one. But I would be happy to send you a sample too, if you wanted to try it. So copaiba is from the rainforest, and in the Amazon, by the big river. Is it the Amazon River?
Yeah, that's a big one.
It's
Thank
Brazil,
you.
right? Comes
It's
from
in
Brazil.
Did
Yeah.
I say a different country? Who
So
knows?
send the Amazon.
Yes, I'm not as far off as I think. Okay,
Is that a
so
lovely one?
That's
Yes.
yummy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yummy.
yummy.
copaiba is really similar. It comes from a tree also. So good. They really like cedarwood. Thank you. Okay, so copaiba also comes from a tree, and it's even more mild of a smell. And it comes from the sap, and they only harvest when the waters are high, and they can get to all of the trees. So a couple times a year they harvest. It has constituents in it that interact with the same nerve pathways as cannabinoids. So people that benefit from medical marijuana for chronic pain or emotional or stress, if you use copaiba, it can give you even better results. And here's why. Because cannabinoids that are in cannabis, they are a partial, they call it a partial agitator, and that means they kind of connect to the receptor. Copaiba is a full agitator. It fully attaches to the receptor. So that's like, you want the cell to get a message, and you can put a sticky note on the side of the box, or you can open the box and put the letter in, and that's what copaiba is like, opening the box and fully getting the message. So what that means is, with a smaller dose, you can have a bigger effect in the body. So if you know your body already responds to cannabinoids, try copaiba. There's absolutely no iffy legality. There is no psychotropic side effects. And for how much product you have to use for the same results, it'll be cheaper. What am I forgetting? Oh, okay, here, this isn't on your sheet. Write this down. We used to call this liquid morphine, and this is what we used all the time before we got deep blue pills.
This is the one we talked about.
Yeah. So you're gonna put this in a capsule. You're gonna put in 3 drops of frankincense, 3 drops of oregano. See, it's awesome that you got that oregano. Oregano is pretty anti-inflammatory also. And 3 drops of marjoram. And that will help with a lot of joint issues. So again, if you didn't get that, that's 3 drops of frankincense, 3 drops of oregano, 3 drops of marjoram. And
Morphine pills. They work like crazy. I flag, and I'm on my feet for 12 to 16 hours a
like
day
highway flag?
without a break. I might have a half an hour break during the day, and my go-to was 2 leaves in the morning and 2 leaves every night. I did that for 7 years.
Wow.
To make me be able to stand on the road. Last year I decided I'm going to bomb it. And I did. I would take a bomb in the morning and I would take a bomb in the evening. I felt better than I ever would have felt with the Aleve.
Wow.
And it's all natural and it's all good for me. It's doing way more than just alleviating my pain. I mean, my God, you've got frankincense in there.
Right.
The
It's
king
like-
of oils is like, really? It's like doing my head a good trip. It's doing everything a good trip. So
Positive side effects, right?
I would swear by these pills. I know they work. They
So if you take away nothing else from this class, try that recipe for our liquid morphine pills. What would you say, a bomb? The pain bomb?
bomb.
Yeah.
But see, my recipe is 6 drops of frankincense and 6 drops of marjoram.
Okay.
And so I'm going to try this one to just see if
With
there's a
the
little
big
bit of a difference.
I think that it's worth a shot. So you're gonna find that your body chemistry is different than others.
Right.
So maybe the one with oregano is like, that was the missing link. Or maybe someone else is gonna be like, I didn't really notice a difference with the oregano. And some people, like my good friend April, who's probably watching. Hi, April, I know it's you. She found that cinnamon is really helpful for her joints.
Oh, nice.
Yes, and I'm like, I would never have tried that. And she was like, well, it has anti-inflammatory in its properties in the book, so I tried it, and it helps her more than the others. So you just kind of have to play with it a little bit. Okay, so we've talked about joint pain, muscle pain. We did say deep blue cream for muscle pain, but here's two more that aren't on your list. Marjoram is, and we talked about that being a muscle relaxant. So often when I'm doing a massage and people have a muscle problem and I know I'm gonna have to dig to get in there, I start with marjoram. It helps me loosen things up.
Rebecca, I have a question. Just as far as like not what you're doing with this, but if, say you did this, would you not want to have that with it?
She's asking a great question, and it has to do with how many of these supplements should I be taking at the same time.
And like these things, you know what I mean? If you're taking this threesome, you don't want to take this, you know, you'd want to.
Good question. So if you're taking the full Lifelong Vitality supplement pack, that's the 3 bottles, it says the deep blue to only take 1 at a time of that. So maybe 1 in the morning, 1 at night with your other supplements.
Okay.
And I would try that for a month and see if you don't even need anything else.
Okay.
And if you have turmeric or copaiba, I would try 1 in the morning, 1 at night, and see if you don't need anything else.
Okay.
Does that answer
And
your
that
question?
would turmeric and
Copaiba.
Would that be in junction with 3?
Mhm.
Okay, so you could
So
take the 3-pack
You can take the
with the
3 pack.
deep blue,
Mm-hmm.
and then if you want, you can try this 1 in the morning.
Right. So the one I would experiment with is with the extra. So
Okay.
take the vitamin pack
Yeah.
and then try the deep blue. And if that wasn't your thing, try next month. Try the copaiba with the vitamin pack. But the reason I would say keep the vitamin pack in there is it can take 6 months for you to build back up a deficiency. So if you had a deficiency in zinc, it could take you 6 months for your joints to feel better.
Gotcha.
Hopefully not, but it could, especially to get full range of motion back and full strength back and things like that. Does that answer your question? Okay.
Thank you.
You bet.
If not taken at all.
You're not taking it all. You're gonna take what fits your body.
Kill it all.
I'm just gonna be like in super Zenville with no inflammation whatsoever. Yeah, we just offer lots of options because different people need different stuff. Okay, I think there was one more thing I wanted to tell you about muscle pain. It's gonna come to me. I didn't make my tripod of notes today, Nikki. Oh yeah, here it is, lemongrass. It's not on here, but the trio that I always do for joint and ligament pain, so carpal tunnel, elbow or tennis elbow or golfer's elbow, this tendon sheet that runs up the side of your leg right here, the IT band, it's often tight on people and it can cause both knee and hip pain. And you know that it's that one if it hurts right here. So any of those tendons, I do a drop of frankincense, a drop of lemongrass, and a drop of wintergreen. And that's going to help soothe the pain, reduce the inflammation, and lemongrass is amazing for tendons. So stress, I'm finding that patients, especially when they're like, I don't know what I did, it just slowly got worse, usually has to do with stress, or that's a major component. So the next category that we'll talk about is partial to the answer for that. So it's emotional pain. And this is a subject that's near and dear to my heart. So all of you guys that are watching, you're like, oh, here she comes with that depression bit again. I've been to a hard place before. And I found lots of natural things that help. But this adaptive line is these 3 blue bottles. I'm going to use this one and show the people on the camera. This adaptive line right here, it has a rolly bottle, a supplement, and an oil that you can like drop into a diffuser. And this is a diffuser. It's called the Adaptive Collection. And you can order them separately, but I ordered them all. And I took that supplement, and it was just the last push that I needed to like get back to being me. And now I have fun, and I laugh, and I play again, and I love my life. The other oils that are here in the emotional pain category with the diffuser can be really helpful. But I wouldn't say this one is definitely your oil or that one's definitely your oil. In fact, most of the time for emotional issues, you don't feel the same all the time. It's more like this, right? So you aren't going to need the same oil all the time. So it's going to look like you have a little collection, like right next to my meditation pillow. I have like 4 of these little oils up in my windowsill, and I'm like, which one do I need right now? And I go with that one. And it'll change even that day. It'll be later some different oil. It's just as effective. Okay, also on this list, when we talk about gut health, we have to talk about making the probiotics of your flora happy critters and balanced. So any kind of digestive pain can come from those. So we always start with that. That's the foundation. Eating good foods is a foundation too. Then these other things help on top of that. So we've got a Terrazyme, which is our digestive supplement that's got, it's meant to help you digest fats, sugars, proteins, dairy, and gluten. So if you struggle with any of those, take a Terrazyme with your meals. Some of us run out of enzymes, like literally our pancreas will give out and we'll stop making them. So that can contribute to stomach pain. So that's why they're on there. They're the bottle called Terrazyme. We have a probiotic. We have a digestive blend for adults and one for kids, which is amazing. And we also have supplements that you can take in a capsule that will make it through your stomach, through the acid, and right to your guts where you need it. Peppermint, and one called GX Assist that helps to rebalance your flora when it's super messed up. Okay, any questions about digestive pain? All right, let's rock and roll. We've got head tension coming up next. Okay, so
Where we need to be.
head tension is your thing, huh? Okay, but I can tell you that for most folks, you can tell a migraine's coming, right? So in those hours that you can tell it's coming, I would say take frankincense and put it to the roof of your mouth. That might be a world of difference.
Like a drop on your hip or the top of your mouth.
Yeah, put it right here on your here. Let's try it. Just so you know that you're doing it right when the time comes.
From that here.
So I'm going to do like this and like smear a little bit on my thumb, and then I'm going to go, Okay. There's 2 things on here. One we've already talked about is copaiba. Once again, some people find it's effective for headaches. If your headaches are hormonally related, I would try the phytoestrogen supplement. If your hormones are if your migraines are stress related, I would try the past tense oil that's on there. It's a blend. It's got wintergreen in it, just like that deep blue, so you roll it on and it's like cold and tingly. It feels really good. It's intense. But it's also got lavender and frankincense and I think chamomile, like some really good stress relieving oils. Okay. What other questions do you have about headaches and head tension?
Would you do the eucalyptus and the, for instance, you said, eucalyptus like on your neck or?
I feel like eucalyptus is in this set because sometimes headaches are from sinus pressure.
Okay,
So I would like take a shower and drip eucalyptus around the bottom of my shower and let it like steam bath me. So, and like drain out. And some people do this. You can get those neti pots. You can put oils in that neti pot.
Really? Like which ones are safe on neti?
So I would try eucalyptus or rosemary. Rosemary might be a better option because it's edible. So if you swallow it, oh well. It's all good.
And you can't
Take
It's not recommended. Most of
Okay.
its benefits come from breathing it in anyways.
Okay, so rosemary.
I would try rosemary. You can try lavender if it's allergies. You can try tea tree. Don't try anything hot like oregano. He will hate me. Wouldn't that be killer?
You'd see me real quick.
Yeah. reduce sinus pressure.
And what, like 1 drop per neti pot?
I wouldn't even do a drop. I would do a toothpick dipped into your bottle and swirled in the water.
Okay, okay.
They're
And
very
even-
strong.
Even to be more safe, my friend just puts a drop in, which I think is overkill. I think that you could put them in diluted. So like if you're going to put rosemary in or tea tree in, like dilute it a little bit first and then do the toothpick swirl. That would be like the safest route.
Okay.
The route that's gonna be least painful first. And then if you're like, I don't think I need to dilute it, it's fine. All right, to go along with that for safety, just so you guys know, some oils are hot. Some oils like peppermint are tingly. If you ever get it in an uncomfortable place, just rub oil over it, like plain coconut oil, butter even would work, canola oil, olive oil. Just want to dilute it till it's gone. I think we covered the whole sheet. There's one more special thing I have to tell you about oils and pain, and it's this book that's in front of us all. So those of you who have watched the masterclass on Symphony of the Cells, you will recognize this, and if you haven't, go watch it. This is the anti-inflammatory protocol. It's got 10 oils in it, and I'll just kind of, if you haven't seen it, I'll pass it around.
Yeah, you set this in front of me.
Oh,
What is
sorry.
she trying to tell
Pass it down there, Mary. It's got 10 oils that are all anti-inflammatory. And you can see with the symbols that you rub it up the spine and wipe it on the feet. Rub it up the spine and wipe it on the feet. It's very repetitive, and it really only takes like 5 to 10 minutes to do it. And so it's so easy that your kid or your husband could do it, which is amazing. And if you don't have anyone else living with you to do it for you, you can rub it on your own feet. You can rub it on your own lower back and on your neck.
Yeah.
As much of your spine as you can reach.
But it's so nice to have someone else do it.
It is so nice. Because then you get that little rub action in there. That's really good. Woo! Falling over.
Like 3 or 4, isn't it like 4 drops on your back, 4 to 6 maybe?
Yeah. That would be a lot, especially for someone's first time with oils. I would try for like 2 or 3 their first time. So, especially if you're new to oils. But you're gonna drop those on, rub them in, drop the next one on, rub it in. The creator of this protocol said that he suggested doing it twice a week. And after twice a week, for a month, you should know if you feel better with it or not. And he also recommends that you eat. You pick 3 of the oils that are in there to eat. So in this protocol, I would try frankincense. We already even talked about this recipe. Frankincense. We talked about marjoram and oregano. They're not in this technique. Maybe you would do frankincense, maybe melaleuca and lemongrass, or maybe frankincense, helichrysum, and peppermint. You just pick 3 that you like, and you eat them every day.
And that are edible.
And that are edible, right? Deep blue's not edible. Don't eat it.
Is that once a day?
You eat it. I would say twice a day. I think
You
say
can
twice a day.
tell if they're edible. The side of the bottle says supplement facts.
That's true.
And if it doesn't say supplement facts, it's not. It's
Let me
pretty,
not
it's
find
pretty
them.
simple.
Okay.
So what she's talking about right here is these are safe to eat when they say supplement facts. And when they don't have, this is eucalyptus, it's not safe to eat, it doesn't have the supplement facts. So when I say it's not safe, it's not because there's anything in it that will really hurt your body, it's just because the benefits come from breathing it in.
Just so you see if it is.
Yeah, so let's see, it's a digestive oil. Okay, so with all of these, with all these things we've talked about, you can buy them one at a time. You can buy them once and never again. You could like buy them every month if you wanted to. Let me tell you the best deal to get on your oils, especially the vitamin pack. It comes way cheaper on a monthly order. So doTERRA gives us a kickback for ordering monthly. And with our membership, you don't have to order monthly. It's completely optional. But if you know you're going to be using frankincense every month or deep blue every month, then you're going to get kickback points for ordering it every month instead of ordering in clusters. So it's worth it to be steady. So these are how our kickback points work. You'll start earning 10% kickback. So that means we're going to say 100 because that's where my brain's at today. We've got to use easy numbers. If you order $100, you're going to get 10 points back, and that's like buying a $10 thing. So like lemon is a $10 oil, you could buy lemon with your 10 points. Does that make sense? It bumps up though, if you keep ordering every couple of months, it bumps up to a higher percentage, and by the end of the year, you're earning 30% back, which means on that same $100 order, you're gonna earn 30 points, which is a more expensive oil. Like it's almost a copaiba, it's a serenity, it's an elevation. They're oils on the more expensive end of the spectrum. And I let these, you don't have to order every month with your free points, you can let them save up. So I let mine save up, and then I buy the things that are on the expensive end that I wouldn't normally splurge my finances on. Like I don't normally buy frankincense out of pocket. I usually save up my points and buy it with my points. Does that make sense to everyone? Yeah. So on top of the 25% discount that you get just for having a wholesale membership, you get this kickback if you also choose to order monthly. And if you order monthly, I give you a protocol book. Woohoo! So that's the book you were asking me about, right, Kathy? Okay, I'll make sure you get one. Thank you for coming and humoring my lateness and working with me anyways.
Thanks for being late. I wasn't as late.
Good, Mary, that's right. You were only a couple minutes late then. Thank you.